You know, I just really didn't want to admit to myself that I was gay. You know, I just would have preferred to be normal and not, you know, and seen as a normal person, I guess. So I struggled with it a really long time. I first came to terms with it, as I said, a couple, weeks after Sarah and I got together, because that was more when it was, like, real to me, you know what I mean? So it's like I couldn't really, like, skate over it or pretend that it wasn't going on. So it wasn't really until then that I, like, had enough reason to come to terms with it, almost, but I don't know, I was just happy.
Butches are, like, invisible. So, I mean, even on shows about gay people, you get femme lesbians, as the L word has definitely shown us. And, like in Will and Grace, of course, you got Jack, who's a flaming gay man. But then, like, you never see butch women, like, ever, unless they're being made fun of. I remember this one episode of Will and Grace. Reach out to other people, because you're not the only one, and being butch can be so awesome. I feel great. I mean, I feel sexy now. I feel good about myself. I feel more confident. It's awesome. So, just don't give up.
I am gay, but that's not who I am. I define who I am as a child of God. I am a child of God who just so happens to be in the military. I'm a child of God who just so happens to play musical instruments. I'm a child of God who just so happens to love to write short stories and poems. I'm a child of God who loves to do audiovisual editing and make movies. I am a child of God who just so happens to be gay. I am a child of God who just so happens to love football season. But I do want you guys to know I am proud of who I am, and I'm proud of every little
I basically told my mom, "Hey mom," while she's doing the laundry, and I said, "Hey, I'm gay," and basically actually got the living shit beat out of me. So that was kind of painful to me, because I then had bruises all over me, and it kind of sucked, because my mom, who I thought would love me and care about me no matter what, didn't.
I think my mom feels like sometimes she lost her daughter and whatever, but they've come to a point now that they're really proud of me, and they let me know that, and what I'm doing, and that I'm standing up for myself and being who I want to be, and still being like a really great person, working really hard, doing anything any like child that they would want does, I guess. So I think I'm maybe even more proud of them than they are of me of coming so far, because there was a good period of time where I didn't speak to my mother.
I'm gay. Surprise.
Daniel? Daniel?
What? I know you probably already know, but I want to make it official.
You know what? I am so proud of you.
I was not happy with it, and I was disappointed, okay? But I also love my child. I also know my first question when she was born was, does she have 10 fingers and 10 toes? I didn't ask the nurse if the kid's going to grow up to be gay. I want to know if she was healthy. My answer was yes, she had 10 toes and 10 fingers, and she was healthy. And she remained healthy, and she still has 10 fingers and 10 toes. So she's exactly the same person she always was, and what I wanted her to be.
There's been comments, you know what I mean, that have been really mean or rude, and there's this one guy on Facebook who, like, randomly was like, I don't know, he just, like, was yelling at Sarah and I for being gay, and then was, like, saying how he was gonna, like, fuck one of us straight or whatever, so that was just, like, you know, just horrible.
When Tyler Clementi moved into his Rutgers University dorm this fall, I'm sure he wanted what every freshman wants, to make friends, get good grades, fit in. He was a shy kid by all accounts and a talented violinist, but his new home soon turned treacherous when Tyler's roommate and another student allegedly used a webcam to broadcast him hooking up with another male student. 3 days later, he killed himself. If Tyler were gay, studies suggest he was probably harassed before, and he was 4 times more likely than a straight student to commit suicide.
Testimony in this generation, the most hated family in America. Love everyone. Because it's His mercy. Who art thou, O man, that repliest against God? You don't have any business, reason, ability, standing to question God and His judgment.
No,
you
guys came all the way over here to question our judgment.
Yeah, we're not questioning. We're telling you plainly, you're headed straight for hell.
Put it this way, she thinks that fags, quote unquote, should be executed. She's straight out like that.
That's the death penalty. That's what was prescribed. You read it in the scriptures. Can you read? Can you read? Can you read? Thou shalt not lie with mankind as womankind. It is abomination.
Is hate. This is love. That 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 is hate. This is love.
We are at an impasse on civil unions, and that's not going to be resolved tonight.
I was angry. I was really angry, especially watching representatives from my part of the state laughing and stalling on subjects that, in the long run, didn't make a very big difference in order to put off something that could have made a very big difference for thousands and thousands of people.
And this doesn't feel like the America that I was raised in. This doesn't feel like the America I was raised to believe in.
Shame on you. Shame on
you. It's been more than 10 years since I lost my son Matthew to senseless hate violence. Since then, thousands of others have been attacked simply because of who they are. People like Angie Zapata, who on a summer night in Greeley, Colorado, was bludgeoned to death with a fire extinguisher because she was transgender. Or Billy Ray Johnson, a mentally disabled man from Texas, who was taken to a party, ridiculed, knocked unconscious, and then dumped by the side of the road. Or Luis Ramirez. He was walking home to his family in Shenandoah, Pennsylvania, when a group of young men yelling racial and ethnic epithets beat him to death. Or men like Sean Kennedy and Ryan Skipper, who, like my son, were murdered because they were gay. 10 years of calls for the federal government to take action. 10 years of waiting. Tens of thousands more victims. No mother should have to go through what I have. Congress is considering updating our federal hate crime laws to help prosecute these horrible acts. We've come so close to passing this before and fallen just short. I ask that you join me in taking action today. Prove that love conquers hate.
Because I know that an injury to one is an injury to all, and a victory for one is a victory for all.